but not the list.
Well, what we're going to have here is Sherwin, who appears to be playing a blue-white Cawblade deck, and it looks pretty standard for the most part. Nothing too exciting.
Sun Titan. I guess I shouldn't really be asking you that, but it's interesting the dynamic of matchups.
Yes. So I'll say he has a blue-white Cawblade deck, and he's playing against a red-green Valakut. And I guess one thing that was kind of, just to wrap up the thoughts with what we were talking about there a second ago, I think it's really cool that we had...
What? So, sorry to interrupt, but Conley was just walked by, and we have a note on our table that says, Conley is O2, and Conley walks over and sees the note, and he's like, man! What is this? Why are you broadcasting this? Anyway.
Because it's sad. It's very sad information. Conley got Vengevine. There will be no Vengevines in this match. On our right, Sherwin is playing blue-white Cawblade, fairly traditional. Iain Bartolomei is playing red-green Valakut with a heavy creature base. And I think that Iain, and I might be wrong about this, I think that Iain might have been the player that gave Brad Nelson his round 1 loss. I think it was just kind of nice, by the way, Brian, just that our thoughts about what your sideboard was going to look like were pretty spot on. I think.
I mean, in a matchup like that, Tumble Magnet doesn't really give you that. It's a card that I've kept in some number against certain decks, but now that most decks have moved to the Patrick Sullivan, Cyber Planet, Manic Vandal, it gets a lot worse because it's okay at fighting Koth, and containing Koth until you can actually kill it, but. Yeah, that's only like 2 turns of containing a mountain until it goes ultimate. The ultimate you lose to more than the other effect.
Right. I feel bad that Conley had to come by and see our O2. For those of you who are just joining us, this is Adrian Sullivan, and I've got with me in the booth here
Brian Kibler, hello.
Brian Kibler, our recently inducted Hall of Fame member. How is your ring, by the way?
I don't have it. It's actually currently being repaired.
I understood that
it suffered a little bit of damage at Grand Prix Atlanta.
I had heard rumors to the effect. And we're here at the Star City Games Open Series in Los Angeles. It's round 3. Brian Kibler just picked up his 3rd win to be 3-0, and we have blue-white Cawblade beginning its first turn here on the right. Now, if they're in which game are we? We're in game 3 of round 3. So. At this point, they should both be pretty well situated for each other. A Cawblade deck is one that I'm sure Iain has spent a lot of time prepping against. Whereas for Valakut, I think that when you're playing Cawblade, you can put some energy into Valakut, but that's not the big thrust of the metagame as it once was.
Well, the straight blue-white Valakut, I think, is the best version, or the straight blue-white Cawblade, I think, is the best version against Valakut, because you have access to Psionic Edge, which is very important at fighting a longer game.
Yeah.
I mean, the most important card is certainly still Stoneforge Mystic for Sword, the most important interaction.
Yes, absolutely.
That's really being able to put the pressure on the Valakut player, both in terms of damage and in terms of their hand size, as well as being able to use your mana twice a turn, being able to play out threats and still hold up counter.
Absolutely. And I mean, all you have to do to have reasonably good ways to stop their threats is have a couple of flash freezes, really. I mean, because the interaction with the sword plus flash freeze means that you basically are able to do a lot of damage to them and be safe.
Yeah. And I mean, this is, even just the Stoneforge Mystic's second ability, the ability to put the sword in at instant speed, is relevant here because he doesn't have to tap out his own turn.
Exactly.
He can just hold up his mana for counter magic. His opponent really can't do, he can't like cast a Harrow into open mana. I mean, Harrow's probably not in his deck, for game 3, but there's a threat of counter magic even if he doesn't necessarily have it. So it's a difficult matchup for the Valakut player to play.
I mean, I know that one of the reasons I think Valakut has been pushed to the edge is this matchup right here. Tectonic Edges plus swords plus access to flash freeze.
Yeah.
And we were talking earlier, Jacob and I, about how a Stoneforge Mystic for any deck, whether it's blue-white deck or whether it's like, say, a Naya deck, doesn't put on a fast clock, but what it does is it just allows so much versatility and the ability, because of sort of Feast and Famine, to untap you, to create almost a time walk effect. So you're tutoring up almost time walks.
Right. I mean, it creates you're functionally taking an additional turn for each turn your opponent takes.
Yeah.
Not only are you getting to use your mana more, but you're up a card because they have to discard every time.
Right.
Is that
that's a Koth.
Okay.
Now Koth is a really interesting choice for this matchup. not for this matchup, pardon me, for this archetype. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I know that it at least increases the threat density in a way that a lot of times this style of deck doesn't have as much action on.
Well, in Paris, a lot of people were sideboarding Thrun the last troll. They wanted an uncounterable threat, but that was ultimately actually just trumped by the sword plan.
Yeah.
You could have your Thrun, but it didn't do enough because it just lost a sword.
Absolutely.
So this is Sherwin apparently doesn't have counter magic that he at least wanted to spend on Koth. My guess is that
I don't think he cares enough about it. Honestly,
Koth is relatively important. I mean, I can't really see his hand. I only see a couple lands. But if he has something like a Gideon, he can largely invalidate Koth. But Koth gets dangerous pretty quickly, and he doesn't get to untap if he hits the Koth.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the thing is though, like with just having that sword out there, between sword and let's say he has a Squadron Hawk, right? Mm-hmm. Right now, he'll be able to get in, attack Iain, but put down some Hawks first. He can be active in a way that Koth might not matter. And if he doesn't have the Squadron Hawk, he's in much worse shape, but I still think if he has any creature at all...
It looks like he has Sword of Body in mind in his hand.
Huh.
All I see is Sword of Body in mind in land. That's all I can really see in his grip. So it looks like his play is equip, play the second sword. He's a Firewalker.
There we go.
That's a good answer to Koth. Okay. I had not seen that.
Yeah.
The thing is, it contains Koth, but it doesn't answer Koth. Koth can still go ultimate, and Valakut can still put a lot of land into play.
Yeah. I don't know that it's going to go there fast enough as part of it.
Right.
Though.
I mean, there are also colonnades which can get in there, especially with sword. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
I did not see that. I didn't realize he had
double
Tune on
tectonic
basics.
edge.
That colony garden gave him a plant, but may have cost him much more.
Well, but there's a 0/1. Who is it?
True.
Oh, and the thing is that's Rashad there.
That is Rashad.
You can't touch that guy.
Well, he cannot block a sorted guy, so...
Why would he want to? That would make him die.
It's true. I don't want to take one for the team here.
Okay.
So this game currently looks pretty solidly in Sherwin's favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if Iain has, say, a Nature's Claim, he can definitely start climbing back in this with that Koth. But I would imagine he probably would have cast that already.
Double Valakut is just so brutal in that moment. Wow.
Well, he had Valakut and he had the... is he minus it? I think he's using the second ability of Koth that no one ever sees. Is he mana-ing Koth? Oh, he just untapped.
Okay, he just
untapped.
untapped.
Mana ability in Koth. I was like, whoa. That's a new one. I think he's drew Mana Leak.
So Koth is now at 5.
So now Firewalker hits Koth and Mystic hits Iain. Or is he...
I think he's just gonna... He doesn't need the mana open, right? Like, he doesn't need it.
I mean, it's not the mana. It's just... I mean, you might as well attrition him, right?
I think the issue, though, is if he just hits the Koth down, Koth is not going to get back into the game by the time the game is over. Just doing it once,
yeah,
he's got the mana back.
That's certainly true. That's certainly true. But at the same time, how much does that 4 damage matter? He could hit it once for 2,
right,
and still keep his sword going on his opponent's hand. It's a card at least,
right?
And he'll take 4 damage. Basically, he's basically trading 4 damage for a card and a counter on Koth. And the untap doesn't matter this turn. Although, actually, I'm being very silly. Rashad could have jumped in the way.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Rashad could have actually, when it matters, Rashad.
When it matters,
he's willing to throw down.
There we go. I wasn't paying attention to that. So
there we go. Now, Koth minus to get Inferno Titan into play.
Ooh, but he's not going to make it.
That doesn't. Sorry, guy.
So now
and Summoning Trap as a follow-up, and that is going to make it. Let's see.
Interesting.
If he spins the wheel.
This is potentially interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I actually Primeval.
It's possible. It's actually interesting whether he should have let Inferno Titan resolve.
Because did the Inferno Titan do anything?
Well, I mean, the Inferno Titan does a lot of damage.
Oh yeah. But I mean,
right. But
the question is,
did he gain his life from Inferno Titan, or did he forget? It's a May effect.
It's a May.
It's a May. So he
believe me, I know that. That is a May. Sorry, sir, you did not gain the life. Oh, come on.
Now this is a lot more interesting.
Summoning Trap is one of those cards that always seems to not work when my opponent uses it, but works whenever I watch other people play it.
I have definitely seen some opponents of mine whiff on Summoning Trap in some crucial situations.
Okay. So this game right now has become very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in a position here where I think you need a Day of Judgment.
I mean, I don't see any solution to that Primeval Titan in Sherwin's hand.
I mean, if you have an Oust, I would even go Oust, even though it's coming back later.
Yeah,
just
I mean,
something.
You've got to get it off the board, and I mean, hopefully not Jace to get it in the hand.
Hell, if he's got Jason to Mana Leak, I would do it. You know?
I have definitely Jaced the Primeval Titan before, and
it doesn't feel pretty, but
sometimes you just got to do it.
Okay, 5th mana. And with that 5, he's thinking a long time, so I'm guessing that he doesn't have much in the way of super exciting answers.
Yeah. If he had Tumble Magnet Gideon. This is again one of those situations where Tumble Magnet would actually be pretty amazing.
Here we go.
This looks
Gideon.
like Gideon. Oh,
sort of Body and Mind.
Okay, that's interesting. It's another Feast and Famine.
Oh, it's double Feast and Famine?
That's
Oh.
pretty interesting. And now if he has White Sun Zenith,
Whoa! There goes the hand. The hand is now emptied.
I mean, the thing is that he's got some good ones in play.
Okay.
Well, he only has 3 mountains, is that right? There is
3 mountains is
3
correct.
mountains and no Valakuts?
3 mountains and 1 Valakut.
1 Valakut, okay. So the first Primeval Titan attack here isn't actually even that...
Well, unless he's got a mountain in his hand. Unless his draw is a mountain,
Right,
and then it's
if
devastating.
he draws a mountain, well...
Well, that's only 6
no,
damage. It just
it's only
kills
6 damage.
one
It kills
guy.
yeah, exactly. He can't actually split to kill both of them. And then...
And that's only if he has a mountain there.
Oh, well,
And there it is, that's a mountain.
Functionally a mountain.
Essentially.
So
Does the attack? Does he
bring-
remember to do it first? Oh, there we go. There we go.
Do you... Yeah.
So what do...
Is he getting Valakut and mountain here? Or is he just getting mountain? Yeah. Okay.
I think you just get mountain. Maybe you get Valakut mountain.
Well, if you get Valakut mountain, you don't do any damage.
That's fine, though, if you follow it up on the next turn by killing both creatures. But there's a
Well,
Celestial
he
Colonnades,
just
right?
killed his opponent.
There's Celestial Colonnades. Oh,
Right.
good point.
I mean, his opponent's at 16, and Titan's hitting for 6.
Right.
So, I mean, he can't kill him this turn. So, does he die on Sherwin's turn
He dies on Sherwin's turn if Sherwin has a land.
to activate Colonnade?
Yeah.
So he needs to kill a guy, then. In which case, because next turn he can just kill Sherwin.
Yeah.
So yeah, his play is
Mountain,
definitely to get mountain, kill what? Kill Firewalker. Yeah, 'cause that does more damage.
Yeah, and also that life might actually be close
If he had
enough
gained
to
it.
matter. Okay. What can Sherwin do here to really make this set? A Tectonic Edge goes a long way to buying him some time. Even a card like Oust is good, or even Day of Judgment.
Yeah. There's only one Valak in play. So I mean, if he had Day of Judgment, if he had Jace's bounce, he does have the land. So, but at this point,
He doesn't have the kill
this point
anymore.
doesn't have
though.
any, yeah, at this point he can't actually kill him. Like, it looks like he just has land in his hand, from what I can tell.
Yeah, if that's the case, I mean,
He's pretty much. I mean, he's dead if Titan attacks again.
yeah. So it looks like he's going to attack or activate the Colonnade, attack, knock his opponent down to 3, untap everything, and then hope his opponent makes a mistake when he activates his Colonnade to block.
Let's think about this. Like, how does this actually play out in his opponent's turn? Because yeah, he has the Colonnade to block, and Iain, he can attack. He has a Valakut, so he can do. If he attacks and just does damage to the face, he actually doesn't kill him. He has to have a card.
Yeah. Well, if he has another mountain,
Yeah.
then that's a
I
kill.
mean, there's very few cards in Valakut that won't do it here.
Right.
Yeah, if he has a Summoning Trap that misses, if he has like an Overgrown Battlement, Colony Heart Expedition, explore into any of those cards. But I think, yeah, because like the Colony can actually block.
A Sackland? Is that
Evolving Wilds, yeah. So
that's the kill,
that
sees
should
it.
kill him. Okay, so he searches.
Activates.
Well, I don't know what just happened. Is he activating in response to him searching? Oh. What's he doing?
Valakut Mountain.
Is he hoping he messes up? Is he activating responsive and searching and hoping he shoots the thing?
I think so.
Okay.
Which I think is your play, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay,
And he's like,
He's
never mind.
No, I'm actually just going to kill you.
Never mind.
Guess you got to look for your outs when you can.
I mean, yeah,
so.
exactly.
Yeah.
You try to get that to happen. 1 second. Glenn? There you go. I mean, maybe his opponent would push F6 in response to him activating the ability.
I've done that sort of thing before.
Yes.